for a lot of people, they have a bad taste of religion. Their religion and we differentiate between religion and spirituality, but for a lot of people, religion it's a hard thing for them to have to think about or to do or whatever. How would you suggest, or what input do you have for somebody who's trying to get back to that relationship with God, or make their religion a little more palatable, let's say?
It's a deep one, and I think every person has their experience, and I think it really depends on their experience. That's the truth.
Okay.
It's not the same answer to each person,
Right.
because to one person that may mean starting with working on themselves first, making sure that they're nursing themselves to help back to health as a human being.
Right.
Some people are very hurt, and for good reason. They don't want to have that relationship because someone tarnished it,
Mm-hmm.
a third party of sorts, and it's their journey to go through.
Wow.
It's I don't know. To each person, it's really their journey. For me personally, I can tell you from my own experience. For me, um, I had my share of traumas growing up. I lost a sibling at the age of
Mm.
when I was 5. He was 3.
Mm. Wow.
So I was the older brother. He was my next of kin, so to speak, as a sibling. And obviously, being an early childhood trauma, that's something that you carry around with you throughout your whole life, and something that needs to be constantly worked on. And it affected different pieces of me.
Mm.
So I'm still on this journey. But I guess at some point, I kind of neglected Judaism a little bit. I didn't have a hate for God, a hate for Judaism. I didn't care. I guess there's a sense of apathy that comes in, and apathy really is a big piece to have to hold. So I think what helped me in my apathetic space was really this sense of joy.
Mm.
When there's a sense of joy in what you do, you can allow other things to come in. If you're not happy, if you're not in a good space, it's very hard to make any kind of change. You can't make change from laying in your bed depressed. It
Right.
doesn't happen. Nothing works out of that. And it's
Mm.
hard to get out of bed when you're depressed as well. And I hear that. But that first step of seeing how you can make your day more joyful is really what does it. For
Wow.
me, it was,
Very powerful
I
answer.
did these, yeah, I did these summer camps, summer programs that were pretty intense. They were at sea, or, at the hills or somewhere hiking. Um, and we're talking like intense, life-threatening situations. Um, but maybe it poked the fears out of me, and maybe it showed me
Mm.
that there's more to life and something grander there. And I
Wow.
really enjoyed the challenge,
Mm.
and being able to approach Judaism in those spaces without being it forced on me. I think that's part
Wow.
of the growth experience also. As Gracie mentioned, she grew up, and then when she started growing up, she started accepting it as her own.
Mm.
So, I was a teenager. I think throw religion away, just any teenager has issues with anything at that point.
Right.
So
Mm.
I was really in a growing phase. So at that point, I started to really appreciate it differently and be able to take it on differently, out of a
Right.
place of like, oh, I enjoy this. I feel connected to God through this. I see how God loves me. I don't have a hate towards him. And this is like,
Wow.
I can do something for that. So I think for each person, it's their own journey, and it's somebody with a big long white beard has their own journey, and
Mm.
somebody who's just hanging out has their own journey. It's
Right.
nothing
Sure.
Wow.
to equate, and each person is beautiful as is. That's the truth.
Amazing.